Hi, I'm Simon with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we're going to show you how to repair your appliance. Are you ready? Remember, anytime you work on your appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there is no chance of electrocution. In this video, we'll show you how to replace the ice dispenser actuator in a Frigidaire refrigerator. It's going to be a very easy repair. Should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. For this job, we're going to need a Torx 10 screwdriver, a large Phillips and a small Phillips screwdrivers, a flathead screwdriver, and a pair of needle nose pliers. When you open up the package, you're going to get a new ice dispenser actuator. The ice dispenser actuator, when it's pushed in, opens the ice door and turns on the auger motor, and it also turns it off when it's released. It also has a built-in LED light that allows you to see better. The most common reason for the ice dispenser actuator to be replaced is if the pedal breaks off. Let's open the refrigerator door. We're going to start with removing the freezer door handle. For that, we're going to use the Torx 10 screwdriver, and we're going to loosen up the set screws here. One at the bottom, one at the top. And now we're going to loosen up the top set screw. Again, there's a Torx 10 screwdriver. Alright, now we can pull the handle straight out. Well, now we can close the door. Now we're going to remove the drip tray. Pull it out. The next step would be removal of the dispenser frame. It is held in place by the 3 Phillips screws at the bottom, and there's a couple of hooks from inside on the top. So we'll start with the Phillips screws. So now we're going to remove the frame. I'm going to pull up on the frame to disengage the hooks at the back, and then we're going to turn it over. And then we're going to pull out this ribbon flexible connector from the control board. The next step is to remove the 3 Phillips screws that holds the bracket in. There's 2 on the sides and 1 on the top. Now we can pull the bracket down. The next thing would be removing that water tube from the fountain bracket. For the easier work, because we're going to have a better access to the tube, we need to take out that control board, which requires the removing of these 6 small Phillips screws. We're going to start with the bottom screws. I'm going to use a small Phillips screwdriver to remove those 3 bottom screws first. And then we're going to remove the 3 top screws. Don't lose this protection screen. Drop the control board down, and then we can disconnect the power plug on the left side. Push that tab and pull it apart. So from now you can let the board hang down on the wires. Now using the needle nose pliers, we're going to pull out the water tube from the bracket. In case if it won't go out easily, then you will have to push it in and then use the fine sandpaper to clean the tip of the tube from the calcium deposits, and then you can pull it out easily. And now we're going to take this assembly to a workable surface. Okay, let's bring the assembly to the workable surface, and the next thing we're going to remove these plug, this one. We're going to use a flathead screwdriver, and we're going to unplug it. we're going to take those 2 screws out to free the actuator. I'm going to use a Phillips screwdriver. Remove 1 screw at a time. Then we're going to take over the bracket here. Then go to the other side. Take out this screw and the bracket. Now I'm going to press down the flapper here, the door. And take out the old actuator. And now I'm going to have to push that plug out. I'm going to use a flathead screwdriver and push it underneath so the switches. And then we can remove it. This is the old ice dispenser actuator next to the new one. If you don't have this part, you can get it from appliancepartspros.com. First, we're going to put the cable, that harness with the plug, here under the switches. Then we are going to close the door. And slide the actuator on the top of it. And then we're going to put this 2 hinges into the grooves. And then we're going to secure it with the 2 screws, 1 on each side. First we're going to put the mounting brackets. And then the Phillips screws. And now we're going to check if it works. Perfect. And the last thing, we need to thread this harness and the plug under the switches so it will stay out of the way. It may be a little tricky, but nothing to it. And use a flathead screwdriver to help it to go through. Okay. And then I'm gonna turn it over slightly and connect the plug. I'm gonna plug this one into the control board. And it's ready to be installed. Let's put some soap at the tip of the hose so it will be easier to push it through the bracket. And now we're going to install the bracket, but first we need to place that water line into the hole at the bottom of the bracket. It's a little tricky, but we're going to use the pliers. Slide it in. Pull the harness out and install the bracket in. And we're gonna secure it with the 3 Phillips screws. Now we're gonna plug in that quick disconnect plug on the side. Bring that control board in, and we're gonna secure it with the 6 small screws. First we're gonna put the 3 bottom screws. Then we're gonna install the protection screen. And we're going to install those 3 top Phillips screws. As you can see, I'm using a small Phillips screwdriver. Now we're going to connect the flexible cable into the power control board slot. Push it all the way in. And now we can install the frame. The 3 hooks here at the back of the frame goes into the 3 openings in the door. And then we're going to push it down to lock. And now we're going to install the 3 Phillips screws to secure the frame at the bottom. Do not over tighten them. You don't want to pay for the new frame. Oh, unless you'd like to pay for the new frame. Let's install the drip tray. Slide it in. And now we can open the door. So it would be easier to install the handle. And now we can put the door handle back on. So there's 2 posts. And just slide it on. And now we're going to tighten that set screw at the bottom. And now we're tightening the top set screw. Torx 10 screwdriver. Make sure it's not going to go anywhere. And now we can close the door. Plug the fridge back in and make sure it's cooling. Thank you for being a part of another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. For any of your future appliance repair projects, please check out our other repair videos available on our site, on Facebook, and on YouTube.